two, and one. So the movie that this philosophy has its namesake on is pretty clear in the reasons as to why this is a terrible life philosophy for any person. It's a terrible life philosophy for three very clear structural reasons. One, goals change, passions change, and what you want in life changes, and putting all your eggs in one basket leads to you fucking up. Two, not everyone has the capacity or incentive to be the best or the greatest. Three, you just alienate yourself with the broader community around you because the Whiplash philosophy is a deviant philosophy that inherently not a lot of people do. Joseph was quite clear in this regard because this dogmatic pursuit of life is not only unsustainable, it literally sucks out the core tenets of what makes life meaningful, enjoyable. It sucks out the joy of doing things for pleasure, for doing things in relaxation, and having the privilege of being inefficient. This is a principle that side op defends. This is a principle that government bench has not sufficiently responded to. A lot of rebuttals towards government bench. One, the biggest problem with the crux of PM and OG is that they lock themselves in the position of not learning or not experiencing anything outside of what they already know. Why is this bad? Because regardless of whether or not you succeed or fail, it still messes with your head. In the instance where you fail, literally what safety measures do you have? If you are obsessed with becoming a musician like the person in the movie Whiplash and you get your hands destroyed by the accident, what are you left with? You are left with sadness, you are left with no alternative, and literally no other way of becoming happy. Like CG, I hope you can answer this because OG has no safety net. How likely are you to bounce back if the only thing that you are focused on and prioritized failed? Hint, you have none. But more interestingly, right? In the instance of you actually getting what you want, do you know how depressing that is? Because now you spend half your life in the pursuit of becoming the best at something, and now that you are the best at that particular field, you become depressed at the thought of having to maintain it and not having any other passion to turn to. Like, I hope it's really clear that I flip Gov at their best because it is not likely for these people to feel happy. On the converse, when they get what they want, they literally don't know anything else. They'll feel empty at the thought that life ends when they reach their desired goal. The second problem with opening government is the idea of regret. That you'll regret not trying your best, not pursuing the passion that you have. Note that there is a difference between trying your best in what you want and the Whiplash philosophy. And the difference falls in what you can and cannot sacrifice. Because it's perfectly possible for me to try my best in something, but my best is contingent on other important things I equally cherish. So yeah, our trade-off is that maybe you won't get as far in life or as successful, but that lack of progression or lack of success is offset by all of the other things that you currently have in life. Because it's only on our side where you can get a healthy balance where you don't have to choose. On their side, it's either extreme wealth or extreme passion. On our side, we can attain both. There's no analysis that OG has given to explain why you need to choose one or the other. Extension. Why the pursuit of different experiences and different pleasures is a great thing. Why we would rather be a hobbyist of many rather than a master of one. Why is this true? The first knife is in the capacity for you to literally just be a lot more open in experiencing different things. The Whiplash philosophy is heavily isolationist for a couple of reasons. The first reason is that in order to pursue a goal with passion and intensity that requires you to spend countless hours doing it, even when it isn't fun, even when no one is looking, even when you only have yourself. The second reason is that you inhibit that time doing that goal with time spent with equally as important things, a la the opportunity cost argument that came from my partner. Note that this takes out Deputy's extension of more knowledge and self-awareness. This is false because the only thing you know how to do is to pursue your passion. You're not actively training what other things that you are actively not choosing. This is comparatively a bad way to live life because the world is a lot wider than the dogmatic pursuit of one passion. There is a reason why outside of debate, I care about other stuff. I care about my family, I care about my friends. Under the Whiplash philosophy, it is literally impossible for me to maintain those other goals if my desire in life is to become the next great debater. Note that this is equally true if you flip the priority, right? Putting all into my family and nothing with myself causes me to not develop my own personal hobbies and my own personal interests. Impacts. On op bench, You are better able to live a balanced life in order to have the best possible shot of happiness. Note that this debate argues on the mean and the average. Not everyone wants to be great. I would posit more people want to be happy. I think government necessarily has to prove why this philosophy is good for the average person. The second mech is on your ability for reflection and rumination and being constantly able to dictate where you are. Not on exclusivity, our side is better able to change our priorities on an easier basis. People are perfectly able to segment their life in a matter of balance. Right now, I'm a student. I want to maximize my college life, not just in graduating with Latin honors, but in deepening the connections with my friends. At the same time, I want to get an internship. I want to get a job. I also want to take care of the relationships I have. In the future, I'll work, start a family, and my priorities change. And I am just a lot more able at accepting that when I balance it out right now. Why is this something the other side cannot get? Because on their side of the house, the shifting towards different things is just significantly harder to do. Your brain is not capable of hyperfixating, pursuing one thing for 10 to 20 years, and now that you're 40 or now that you're 50, Gov just expects you to be a well-adjusted human being, right? That's not how the world works. That's not how your brain works. So, as a consequence, it's a lot worse for you, like mentally. Before the third mech, go POI.
The absence of this narrative, this individual is unlikely to try hard in the first place, right? So you're still not acquiring the benefits that you claim. Please engage.
No, sorry. No, because like obviously I still have interests outside of like I still have so many interests that I want to do and I want to accomplish. I don't need the Whiplash philosophy telling me that the only way to be happy in that particular regard is to become the best. Like obviously that's not how like we see ourselves and we see our passions, right? The third mechanism, really quickly, is on sharing your experiences and in being a better person with others. Note that a really big thing that is a determinant in the happiness of people is in the connections that you have in life. This is comparatively easier on our side because not everyone just follows the Whiplash philosophy. In fact, I don't know a single person who has that dogmatic of a stance. On our side, you just disperse your interests in establishing good connections and genuine interactions with other people. That is to say, you are just far better able to actually live a life where you can connect and be well acquainted with the people that surround you. You are just far better able at maintaining a perfect balance between yourself and having a perfect balance within your community and friends. Note that all of this is something that is exclusive on opening opposition, so I'm not sure how CEO can extend upon that. For all of those reasons, very, very proud to oppose.